Have you ever felt like you finally crossed a chapter, a painful relationship, a toxic pattern, or a deep emotional wound, only to be blindsided when life throws you back the same challenges again? You meet someone new, you enter a new phase of life, and suddenly, boom, the same emotional trigger shows up, and you find yourself asking, seriously, again? Haven't I already healed this? So just a few days ago, I had this exact conversation with a friend. We laughed because we both knew this feeling. You have done the inner work, the journaling, the processing, the crying, the forgiving, the reflecting, and you have read the books, and you have had some breakthroughs, and you thought the complete cycle ended. And yet here it is again, that old familiar emotion, and it really stings. But here's something I wish someone had told me earlier. Healing isn't linear, it's cyclical. It's not a one-time breakthrough, it happens in layers. So when an old pattern returns, it doesn't mean you have failed, it means you're being offered the chance to meet it differently. So from a neurological perspective, our brain stores emotional experiences in networks. So when a familiar trigger shows up again, that old network gets reactivated, not to push you, but to give you the chance to respond with more awareness and more emotional flexibility than before. And this is where real rewiring happens. And that's what makes the difference. Because you are not the same person you were last time. Because this time you notice sooner, you pause faster, and you respond instead of react. And the real proof of healing isn't that the pattern disappears forever, it's that you meet it with more grace. And I also know that self-improvement can feel like a full-time job. There were phases when I felt like I was constantly working on myself, doing the inner child healing, the nervous system work, building new habits, tracking patterns, and chasing the next emotional breakthrough. And then there were moments where I simply lived, where I didn't try to dissect every behavior, where I was just living, breathing, and laughing. And that too was part of my healing process. And if you don't know me, I'm Alex, host of the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. I'm really glad that you're here with me today. And if you want to know more about mental health and the remarkable opportunities life has to offer, then subscribe to our channel. And let's continue. So I want to remind you of this. Self-improvement without self-compassion becomes self-rejection, because there must be balance, and that's what makes healing sustainable in my opinion. And this is where the change model by Remarkable Opportunities comes in. It's one of the most grounding frameworks I know for real transformation. So let's break it down. You set a goal, for example, a new habit, a new mindset, or a new way of being, and then you take action. Things get, for example, bumpy or old emotions rise, but you stay present. You stabilize, and the new version becomes your baseline. And then you live fully, joyfully, without the needing to work on yourself all the time. And then when you are ready, the next step will come. But this time, it's not from a place of lack, it's from expansion. So when I first understood this, it felt like someone gave me the permission to pause and to simply be, to trust that I didn't need to chase growth every moment of every day, because just like the moon or the seasons, we are meant to live in cycles, as there will always be times for shadow work and self-reflection, and times for lightness, celebration, and simply being alive. So take my own rituals, for example. Sometimes I do my moon rituals consistently. Other times life gets busy and I totally forget about them. But when the next cycle comes, I return with enthusiasm and presence. And I think that's the rhythm of real life. You grow, you transform, and you integrate them, and then you live. So next time you notice an old pattern return, don't ask yourself, why again? Instead, ask yourself, what am I ready to see differently this time? And what have I already integrated? And can I meet this version of me with more kindness this time? Because here's the truth, if the pattern is repeating, but you are reacting differently, that is the healing and that is the real transformation. Because you don't have to fix everything to be enough, and you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of rest, for example. And you don't have to constantly evolve to deserve peace, because healing is not a finish line, it's a rhythm, one that includes dancing in your kitchen, forgetting your rituals sometimes, and starting again when you are ready, and knowing you are allowed to feel good. And your healing, yes, even the messy parts, is remarkable. So if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a soft mirror today. And don't forget to remarkabilize us by hitting the subscribe button so you will never miss another episode about real life healing and the remarkable opportunities that are waiting for you. All the best, your Alex.